The following announcement has been paid for by the Maharaja. World Order.
Thank you for being free. Thank you for being free. Travel down the road, back again. Thank you for being free. Thank you for being free. Travel down the road.
Hey everybody, Goldie here with another video. This is going to be a card analysis of the Miz Awesome. I do not get the character for previews, so instead what I'm going to be doing is every time there is a new character released, I'm going to do an analysis of the card, which is everything but the gameplay itself. So we're going to talk a little bit about the tag link, or tag links, I guess, that he has. And then we're going to talk about his coach ability and who it could possibly benefit. So basically, it's like you got The Miz this weekend. Now, what do you do with him? So I'm going to give some options and hopefully some insight as to how you could use him as a coach and not necessarily the gameplay. So we'll start with the tag links because there's two of them. Well, three of them, I guess. Modern era, gems do 5% more damage. Raw, any color moves start with 1 more MP. Those are kind of the standards. The Miz and John Morrison tag link is similar to the one that the Bushwhackers got when they came out, but instead of gem defense, it's move defense. So when the Bushwhackers came out, a lot of people in the community were saying, well, how do you beat them? Like, if you throw on an armor strap and Honky Tonk Man, they're nerfing your gem defense by like 150% or whatever. But they are beatable. And the same will go for Miz and Morrison. So even if you got the Miz this weekend and you get the Chase character at the end of the month and decide to use them as your showdown defense, what you could do is you could build them with, I guess if you had the Miz in the lead because he's the defensive headache, you could build him with a padded strap, which is not something you see very often because of how the move damage medals have scaled recently. But you could get an extra 40% move defense from padded. And then if you used Hacksaw as a trainer, that's another 20%. And then you could use move defense trainers and coaches as well. And you could potentially, I'm not going to use the word nerf because it won't entirely, but the first team that I think of is the Street Profits. You could really take them down a notch with that build. But you could also get around the move damage defense very easily with stun moves or bleed moves or gem damage. The thing with the Miz is he's a defensive nightmare, so he's got that reversal. So you'll want to stun lock him or cycle moves that don't move the pin bar or sub him to death. But there are definitely ways around that. Just like the Bushwhackers, you would beat with move damage and bleed damage. The Miz and Morrison, you would beat with gem damage and bleed damage as well. So let's get into the coach a little bit, because this is kind of the bread and butter of the video. So as you can see on the screen, I've got his coach abilities listed, and at 9k, its multiply gems do 15% more damage. Now, for the purpose of this video, we are going to assume that the opponent you're facing is not using a multiply reduction coach, because that would be pointless for the point of this video. We're just going to assume that your multiply gems are working as intended and as strong as they should be. So there's two ways that you could use this coach. And the first, I'm going to scroll down to, where is Johnny Drip Drip? There he is. Now, Miz is absolutely the ideal coach for Johnny Drip Drip in the sense that he's got these two 1 MP moves. He's basically, he plays similar to 1-2-3 Kid, but instead of protect gems, it would be multiply gems. So I feel like Showboat Miz was tailor made for Morrison both as a tag partner and as a coach. So that would be the prime candidate for me. But there are alternate options in terms of characters that use moves that do damage per multiply gem. Morrison as a chase or slash paywalled character, however you want to define it, is one. In terms of free to play characters, Rey Mysterio. If you want to use, let's see if I can find my Rey. Probably easier to go by name. I know, chaotic, right? Sorting by name. There he is. So Rey Mysterio, and yes, I am considering him free because he was in the November giveaway and now he's in the shard chests. So his finisher is not the ideal build, but again, if you're facing someone that doesn't have the multi reduction coaches, this could be very strong. He does damage per multiply gem. Another one, I guess he is kind of paywalled now, but Rocky Maivia has the backbreaker that does damage per multiply gem. And then the other option that I saw, who I do not have, and I wish I did, is Luke Harper of the Bludgeon Brothers. Pardon me. He's got the sit out power bomb that does damage per multiply gem. So there are 4 options there. And the other use for his coach ability would be just people that generate multiply gems and break them as is. So there are a few things to keep in mind with that. How strong are the multiply gems? Are you using Matt Hardy or Acro Balor or Zombie Taker or Most Electrifying Man Rock in your trainer coach arsenal? Are the multiply gems your primary color? For example, DX Army HBK, his 1 MP moves put the multiply gems on blue gems, and he's an acrobat. So that's going to be his strongest gem. And even with a reduction coach, if you have a Fury belt on him, his blue gems are still going to be very strong, and the Miz would contribute to that. Miz is also a good alternate option if you don't have Zombie Taker or Most Electrifying Rock, because they are quote unquote paywalled characters. And if you happen to snag the Miz from a bag, you could tack him onto your multiply gem people and they would be improved greatly by it. So I'm going to kill these images for a minute and let's see if I can, there we go. I know what you're thinking. Oh my god, she made another spreadsheet. This is not one I'm releasing into the wild. This is strictly just so I could kind of categorize in tiers in my mind who would be the most beneficial. So to me, there are like 3 tiers for multiply gem users. So the first would be those that increase their own multiply gem strength. As you increase the strength of the multiply gem, you tack on 15% to those as well, and they just get stronger and stronger and stronger. So off the top of my head, here, let's go here. So for Acrobats, you have DX Army HBK, you have Andrade, you have Ricochet, you have Hurt Business Shelton, and I like to include a free-to-play option. So Acro Daniel Bryan. At 4-star, he has the shoot kicks or the yes kicks or the yeet kicks or whatever you want to call them. That increases multiply gem strength. For strikers, because, you know, they needed more help with black gem damage, Baron Corbin, Big Boss Man, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, they increase their multiply gem strength. And Hall of Fame Honky Tonk Man, his primary color is green, and he makes all green gems into multiply gems and then increases the strength of those. So he would be beneficial as well. The second tier to me would be people that have a base strength of multiply gem of ×4 or higher before using Matt and Balor and Zombie Taker. And just for clarity, this is based off of the character at 5-star bronze. So people with base strength ×4 or higher. Powerhouse Hogan. The new Acro Snoop, it's like 13 or 15 or something. It's absolutely insane. Acro Charlotte with her red move setup. Her submission gems leave behind ×5. Rey Mysterio. The No One Is Ready Asuka. I think her sub is ×10. But you only get one, unfortunately. Johnny Drip Drip, R-Truth, Dragon, they're all at least ×4. Showboat Charlotte, if you have her gears, the base strength is ×4, and then if you have the gears and put the multiply gems on her yellow gems get 75% more damage from the gears, and then you throw on the Miz, and she would be absolutely insane. I was kind of hoping I would land the Miz so I could try that build out with her, but maybe down the road. And Tech Roman, the head of the table, his submission move at 5-star leaves behind multiply gems, and they're fairly strong as well. And then just kind of everybody else. This is not an all-inclusive list. These are just people that I could think of. I don't know if there are any tricksters that use multiply gems. And in terms of powerhouses, there are some that steal multiply gems, like I Poke Dean and Powerhouse Harper, I believe, steal multi-gems. So if you wanted to do a multiply gem steal build, the Miz coaching would help that as well. For Acrobats, a lot of Acrobats use multiply gems. I didn't even put my boy on here. Arbo. I know how to spell. Rob Van Dam has multiply gems. We can't leave that guy out. So for Acrobats, Kalisto, Masters of the Universe, Triple H, Jeff Hardy, Jimmy Uso. Zombie Taker has multiply gems when his traps are broken by the opponent. Hall of Fame Lita, Rob Van Dam, Slick Rick. Yes, I still use him. Showboat Wendy. And then for strikers, Rocky Maivia, China, Hall of Fame Wendy, Luke Harper, new modern era striker. Y'all know who that is. I'm not going to say the name just in case. Shamrock, Volkov, Bret Hart, NWO, Bianca Belair. And for technicians, Rhea's submission move, I think, leaves behind multiply gems. And then at 5-star, I think her countdown gems increase the strength. Or spams multiply gems. I don't entirely remember, but she does have multiply gems somewhere. Again, not an all-inclusive list, but if you are one of the lucky few to get the Miz this weekend and you are looking for somebody to use him on, here are my suggestions. So let me know what you think of this style of video. I think this is something I'm going to do every time a character comes out, is just kind of a little analysis of what they're good for outside of gameplay. So let me know in the comments if there's somebody I missed. Again, not an all-inclusive list. I'm sure there's somebody I completely forgot about. But let me know in the comments. Did you get the Miz? Were you close? Are you happy to have him? How are you using him? How was your feud? Questions, comments, concerns? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching this video. Be sure to like, share with your friends, and subscribe so you're notified the next time my videos come out. Thank you again for watching. Take care.